Hi, my name is Larry Rattan. If you give me 6 minutes, I'm going to prove to you and legislators that divorce laws have little or no meaning. Legislators work very hard to give us fair laws, but they have been tricked into including some detrimental language. You think the law tells the judges to evaluate each person, what they have contributed, then make an equitable separation of the marriage. You will plainly see how these so-called laws can easily be ignored. The results have been a goldmine for the justice system and a disaster for divorcing couples. This is not a male and female issue. Many women pay alimony to their exes until they die. Some of those exes work very little or not at all to support themselves. To eliminate the gender aspect, I'm going to use worker for the income provider and ex for the secondary or non-provider. I'm going to show you an actual case. Then I'm going to explain how and why I think the grossly lopsided decisions happen. This is not about one case. This is one example of how thousands have been unfairly victimized by the justice system. At trial, this case revealed the following facts about the ex and the worker. The ex admitted in court that they had an affair, then asked for a divorce. They said their spouse was good. They secretly took money from a marital account for their private accounts. They collected unemployment for being fired. Later, they said they were not fired. And then they said they didn't need to help with the family business because they were employees. Discovered in court about the worker was that the worker was declared absolutely honest by the Neutral Forensic CPA. The worker asked the ex to help with the family business. The worker provided overwhelming evidence that they were the driving force of the family's success. And the worker helped raise the ex's child from a previous marriage. That's a pretty good accurate snapshot of the people involved in this divorce. Now, here's what the judge ruled was a fair settlement. The judge said the ex will get the beach home and the worker will pay both mortgages and current taxes. Number 2 is very important. The ex can work a part-time minimum wage job that is lower than the lowest level set by the vocational evaluator and far below the $33,000 job possibility. The worker will pay the ex $1,800 a month alimony for the rest of their life. Continuing on, number 4, the judge said the ex will be freed from all marital debt. The worker will pay all $1,115,000 in debt and $728,000 in interest. It'll take 30 years to pay this off. Number 5 and 6 is very important. Number 5, the worker will pay the ex $240,000 cash settlement instead of $91,000. The lower amount would share the workload and bills. The judge ruled that the ex needed $240,000 with no bills or work. The worker asked to pay on $240,000 instead of alimony. The judge said no. The ex needed $240,000 and alimony. Continuing on, number 7, the judge ruled that the worker will get the family boat, but the ex had the boat seized and sold at auction to pay on the $240,000. The ex got the boat at a bargain price. The worker will get 2 businesses, but one business was forced to be sold to pay on the $240,000. The worker got the beach triplex that was 200% underwater, and the worker got a home near work that was 100% financed. Anyone can see that this is a very lopsided decision. The ex is given a life of luxury, the worker is forced into overwhelming debt, work, and pays alimony until they die. This is how the law gets twisted. This is the divorce law 6108 concerning alimony. If you look at the law, it looks very fair and equitable to both sides. But if you look closely, you're going to see a lot of little words like may, can, and consider. Here are some of those words that I've highlighted. I call these qualifiers because they actually cancel out the words that follow. Those are the words orange highlighted in this page, right, that actually mean nothing. In other words, the judge may or may not follow the law. People soon find out that they are dealing with the judge's whim, not the law. Why some judges produce lopsided settlements might have something to do with money. Most people don't realize that lawyers can give money directly to judges. They call it a campaign donation. A big donation will affect a person's decisions. Judges are not saints. They're lawyers in robes. Money might explain another odd aspect about divorces. Some divorces last 5 or 6 years, while murder trials last 2 or 3 months. Murder trials are complicated. A divorce is basically cutting a pie in half. Do lawyers and judges intentionally drag out trials to produce big profits? Let's follow the money. Divorcing couples have to pay lawyers, and lawyers give money to judges. And then not only that, these two particular lawyers, but you'll find out that there's a whole squadron of lawyers that pay money to judges. So it's not in the interest of any of these judges or lawyers and judges to stop a case early, to finish early. They have every reason to want to make a case last as long as they possibly can. And sooner or later, what's going to happen is the judge says, well, I'm overwhelmed. My caseload is just overwhelmed. So I'm going to need some more judges to help me with this. And along with more judges comes some more secretaries, court reporters, and they got to have some sheriffs to protect them from all these decisions that they make. All of this because these two entities are allowed to just take their time at trial. Judges and lawyers have no incentive to wrap up a case. They do have every incentive to keep a case going as long as they can. The last why for lopsided decisions might be because they start a whisper campaign. A 30-year study from Brown University proved this to be 74% successful. The lucky person with the big settlement tells all their friends, neighbors, and possibly your spouse how great a divorce is. The judge allows them to sit around with little or no responsibilities and collect alimony from their exes until they die. This is a walking, talking advertisement that unknowingly spreads the great benefits of a divorce. I hope legislators can see that the current system is seriously broken. Please, do not allow the judicial branch to tell you what you can and cannot do. They are experts at twisting your words into profits for themselves. You make the rules. Every time you give up your power, you make your job less important. Please, do not vote yourself out of existence. Thank you very much.